Hello, everybody. I want to talk about a suit of armor. And I think when it comes to parental estrangement, the most shocking aspect of it is that when it happens, and if you have been a target of bullying, abuse, emotional, and mental harassment, um, text messages, etc., and disparaging, negative, hostile, and hateful words, I think the only way to survive is to eventually you have to build a suit of armor to protect yourself. And I think what's most shocking in all of this is that we end up having to protect ourselves from our own children. And I think a lot of it, to be honest with you, comes kind of out of the blue because sometimes when you raise children who are not kind to, who do not respect you, maybe have been in trouble with the law, the kind of kids you see on Dr. Phil. When it comes to estrangement, a lot of the times I don't see parents saying, well, when my daughter was a teen, she beat me up or she abused me, this and that. I don't see a lot of that happening. So when it happens out of the blue and your children end up being the people that you are either most afraid of or most fear, I think it is very, very challenging and very difficult and most heartbreaking because I raised two girls. I was very close with them. There were times when they mouthed off or there was disrespect, but I nipped it in the bud. They faced consequences, and for the most part, I didn't deal. They didn't put their hands on me. They didn't get in trouble with the law. They didn't do drugs. They didn't drink. They weren't out of control. I think for the most part, our house was cohesive. Did I yell? Yes, but I think for the most part, I didn't think anyone was afraid in our house, as far as I know. They had friends over. I was involved with school and family and all that. So I think the most challenging thing is the suit of armor and protecting yourself from your own son or daughter. I think that is the most terrifying aspect of this whole thing. Not knowing when they're going to strike, if they're going to pull the grandkids from you, if there's going to be a threat, if you don't give them something, will they walk away again? It's really, really, really difficult. And so, how did I survive it? I had to build a suit of armor. I had to protect myself. I had to say, I can't, if you're going to say things that I can't be a part of this and you no longer have access to me. And that is also, I had to block other people that could get to me for my children, could say things and could target me. I had to remove myself from the target, from the bullseye. I had to take myself from front of the board. I couldn't do it anymore. And over time, I got tougher. I'm not saying I'm 100% tough because there's certain days that are just really rough. And I have to literally peel myself up off the floor and say, you know what, I have to keep going. So this is not an uncommon thing. I feel sad that I even have to make these kind of videos, but I make them so that I can help other parents. And so other parents don't have to suffer as long as what I had suffered or longer than what I had suffered. So, how do you do it? First, you start blocking, you remove yourself from situations. You don't go into the same spaces where people can laugh at you, glare at you, where you might see your grandkids who your son or daughter might rip them away and run out of the room. You kind of just start protecting yourself. I don't know if you ever saw the show the movie the boy in the plastic bubble with John Travolta way back in the 70s. He, I think, had an autoimmune disorder and couldn't be exposed to any germs, so he was in a bubble type atmosphere in his home. And you almost have to do that. You have to keep the germs out. And I'm not saying your children are germs. I'm saying what the germs are is hostility, hate, anger, Gossip, slander, negativity, those are the germs we have to protect ourselves from. So, anyways, I hope this helps. Go get your suit of armor, start building it, and protect yourself. Then, on a side note, there are wonderful people in this world. Surround yourself with them. I will be back.